What's going on, guys? Johnny Mac here, and today we got a decent amount of content to go over. I'm pretty excited for it. At the start of last week, the devs were introducing armor sets for each one of the classes, showcasing their unique skills and mods. And on top of that, the devs were a little sneaky and introduced an interesting piece of customization that relatively went unnoticed. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to be notified whenever I make future uploads of videos just like this one. And if you are a current subscriber, thank you for your continued support, and let's get into it. So back on January 25th, the development team started the official Legendary Armor Showcase week. They showcased one armor set for each class, as well as the mods and skill bonuses that each set provides for that class. The first set that we're going to go over is the Pyromancer set, the Reforged, with the mod Double Fun. Let's go ahead and start with the headpiece. I'm not going to read the whole stat page to you, but instead I'm going to highlight the most interesting features of each armor piece. The first thing I'd like to note is the long range damage modifier. This is pretty good news for those who don't like the run and gun type of builds or being up in the thick and heat of things. Such as myself, I prefer to play at long range or even medium range. I don't particularly care for up close and personal confrontations. Now, the main synergy of this armor set revolves around the skill Thermal Bomb. As you can see with Double Fun, the skill can affect 2 targets, and it increases the explosion radius by 20%. Furthermore, when you have 3 gear pieces equipped with this set, you can increase your Feed the Flames damage and Thermal Bomb damage by 50%. So as you can see, it's pretty clear that these legendary sets offer huge stat bonuses to damage and survivability, as you'll see in the next pieces. With what's been shown just in this armor set alone, it gives reason to believe that the mods in this game, along with the mod exchange system that is in place, the ability to swap out these mods and create your own unique builds is going to be an absolute blast. Next up for you Devastator fans, we have the armor set Deathproof, which focuses on the cooldown of the skill Boulder Dash. Now, I think the thing that I really like the most about this armor set is that they really take the tanking class back to its classic roots. It's up in your face, and all the synergies surround reducing the resistances of your enemies and dealing out damage in order to buff yourself and reduce your incoming damage. And with the reduction of your enemies' resistances, you're also buffing your teammates' damage as well. I think this is a very bold and a very good move on the part of the development team, and it's something that is very refreshing to see, because here as of late, a lot of games they've gotten away from the traditional sense of what a tank actually is. So for all you hardcore tank fans out there that have been waiting for the game to bring back the tank, looks like you're gonna get your wish. And next up for all you Trickster fans, we have the legendary set Chronosuit. It focuses around the borrowed time skill, in which you gain the effect of aggressive teleportation. So when you activate your borrowed time skill, it creates an explosion around you. Now I want to draw attention to the skill Twisted Rounds. The skill is effective for 2 magazines before triggering the cooldown, and this synergizes very well with the level 3 mod Ammo Bargain, which takes your Twisted Rounds, and while the skill is active, killing shots replenish 20% of your ammo in your magazine. So this synergizes very well, and I wanted to put Trickster right after the Devastator armor because these two will synergize very well. You can send your tank in to lower all resistances, and then you can follow it up immediately with Trickster and just decimate the entire area. And last but not least, my personal favorite, the Technomancer, with the legendary set Torrential Downpour. Now this set focuses around the Scrapnel skill, in which it creates additional cluster bombs after explosion. The first thing I'd like to draw attention to is the skills life leech stat on this armor piece. It's a good indicator that not only are you going to be running and gunning in the game, but you can also have builds that are synergetic with your skills. And don't get me wrong, I understand this is a looter shooter, but I know that there are a lot of players out there like me where I don't just like using my gun all the time, I do like to have a good and fair amount of skill play as well. Now I think it's worthwhile noting as you're looking through these armor pieces and their stats, one thing becomes pretty clear about the Technomancer is that this is probably going to be your go-to support class, which I find to be absolutely amazing because once again, just like the Devastator, a lot of games have actually moved away from the more traditional roles in the party. So I find this to be very, very refreshing. So to sum up my thoughts and opinions on the Legendary Armor Showcase and what we've seen so far by the development team, I can honestly say that I'm very impressed with multiple things. One being the amount of synergy that the armor sets as well as the different mods on those armor sets provide, not just the character itself, but to the entire team that you are potentially going to be playing with. You have multiple different avenues to be flexible in order to complement not only your own build, but for the teammates that you're going to be playing with as well. And this is something that I feel a lot of games have fallen short in as of late, as they focus more on the individual versus actually being able to have true co-op play. The next thing I would like to touch on is the sneaky little glimpse the devs gave us of one of our future mods for our cruiser. Now the devs gave us a pretty good glimpse in the past for the mods that are going to be available for our cruiser, but we've never seen this one before. Now this is one of the 4 images that the devs posted over on Twitter with the Technomancer, and it went relatively unnoticed. But as you can see, it has 3 dog heads and some sort of supercharged intake manifold. I can only wonder if these particular mods for the cruiser are unlocked by defeating bosses. If this is true, then that's very interesting, as I know the gaming community as a whole has been screaming for some sort of reward tied to defeating a boss or completing some sort of objective. One way or another, I find this image to be very interesting and raises a lot of questions for me, and one that I think is going to be very pleasant for the community as a whole. So I hope everybody watching this video is as excited for the game as I am. I've been waiting for a really long time for this game, and it's hard to believe that it's finally almost here. So tell me, what are you most looking forward to with the game? I know I'm looking very forward to their loot system and their mod system, so tell me down in the comments below what you're looking forward to. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to be notified when I make future videos just like this one. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you for your continued support. Couldn't do it without you. And as always, guys, until next time, and thanks for watching.